advice going from Miss Reynolds in the newsletter on Friday, because the feedback we had from the Year 3 meeting yesterday was that it would be nice for us to provide some information as to how you as parents deal with the situation if you get the text message. So we would say, we would ask you to reinforce the expectations of the school, not to make it too big, but not to make it too small. So obviously we don't want children going, parents, really shouting at children in the playground, but we also want parents to back us up and say, the school has said that was a big incident, an important incident of behaviour, you need to think about your choices. Okay, so that's behaviour alert 1. I'm going to come back to golden time in a minute. Behaviour alert 2 is for a more serious incident, or if we get to behaviour alert 1 and it just doesn't turn around, it keeps going on. Okay, behaviour alert 2 is exactly the same, 6 minutes lost in the next playtime, and we will personally speak to you, or we will phone you up on a personal phone call if that happens. So as a member of SLT, myself, Miss Reynolds, Mrs. Singh will phone you up, and they will also lose 6 minutes of their playtime. Okay? Very, very, very rarely, and I don't stress very rarely, but you need to know that as a school we do this. If it's a really, really serious incident, and this is the worst part of our jobs, but it's something that we have to do, it's particularly serious, we do have the option of a fixed term exclusion. Not something we want to do, but it is something that's important as parents that you know that if it's a particularly serious incident, we do deal with it in a kind of raised way from alert 1 and alert 2. But no fixed term exclusion so far this year, and that's just the way we want to keep it. But it's important you know that where things happen that are particularly serious, there is kind of a hierarchy of sort of actions that happen because of that. So that's what happens if it's not good choices and behaviour is not what we like to see. But linked to that is we thought, right, we want to link this to golden time. Because golden time in the schools always happens since I've been here, and it's always been kind of okay, but this year we've committed to making it absolutely brilliant. Did any of your children talk about golden time on Friday? What have you seen on the website? Have a word with them. On Friday afternoon, what we're doing is that each member of staff in the school has got their own golden time activity, and we're saying to teachers and teaching assistants, really, really go for it. Make it as exciting as you can. So this week, Nick, what are you doing?
I'm doing den building, which is brilliant, and they're all just loving it. So last week we were inside the class meetings, and then hopefully this week, we're going to be going outside into the garden and making some dens with sort of natural materials and things. I'm doing yoga with mine, something that I'm really passionate about. So they get out there yoga mats, we do some breathing, we do some calming, and then we do some yoga poses and then
Sorry, I'm the messy one. We attempted to make slime on Friday. I'm going to play this week. I'm going to make some models and try out and paint them. I don't make any mess.
And this is Helen.
I'm doing sewing. I'm making bookmarks at the moment.
So as you can see, we're really going for it, and we've got other teachers across the school doing other things. Have you met Mr. Wright yet in Year 6? You may not have seen Mr. Wright's the teacher with Mr. Richardson in Year 6. He's from the Navy, and he's doing military fitness up on the trim trails. So the children will get in their tracksuit trousers, t-shirts on. He says he's doing it rain, wet weather, dry weather, wet ground, dry ground. They're rolling around doing burpees, press-ups. They absolutely love it.
Oh, I missed that. I put my name down. That's it.
So the children sign up for an activity for half term. As you can see, we're doing our absolute best to make it as exciting as possible. We will put pictures on the website every Friday afternoon so you can talk through it with them. And we're not putting too much information because we want parents to say, what did you do in golden time? Was it good? Are you enjoying it? What might you want to do in the next half term? And where golden time sits in with the behaviour policy is that where a child makes good choices and has a good day's behaviour, which happens for 99% of our pupils every day, they earn 6 minutes of their golden time. And you might be thinking, why 6 minutes? It's because 6 minutes over 5 days means 30 minutes golden time at the end of the week. So we're acknowledging the good behaviour made by all our pupils, and we're saying to pupils who always do the right things and make the right choices that they get their 30 minutes. But where they don't, and they don't earn that time, some children might have 24 minutes golden time or 18 minutes golden time. So it's our way of saying that there are consequences for making poor choices, but there is a really good reward for making good choices, showing good behaviour for learning. And while these teachers get the really nice job of actually doing exciting things on a Friday afternoon, Miss Reynolds and myself, we get the not so nice job of sitting in the room of reflection with the children who haven't earned some of their time, and they have to sit there silently for 6 minutes or 12 minutes or 18 minutes until they've earned that time, and then they go and enjoy golden time when that time is done. So it all ties in together. But this is kind of there is a stick here, but there's a very big carrot with a really, really good golden time. And we just think it's important that we acknowledge those children that make good choices and show good behaviour for learning all of the time. So there's something in it for everybody. And and if a child does miss 6 minutes of their golden time, we don't keep going on about it. It's a new day every day. They start afresh again the next day, and they can earn their 6 minutes on the next day. And I think that's the last thing you do every day, isn't it? You just move the children up so they can work out how many minutes they get for golden time.
No, sorry, someone shared that.
Yeah. So that's something that's completely different. Does anyone have any questions about that behaviour this year? Does that make sense? It's very different. So headlines are no pinks and yellows, alert 1 and alert 2. You will get a text if there's an alert 1. You'll get a phone call if there's an alert 2. But on the other side of it, there's a really big positive with a really effective and exciting golden time. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have this meeting with people, so that you would actually get a feel for what's different in the school. Second thing that's different in the school is, and this is, we think this could be unique, is that you may or may not know that the government have massively raised the standards for reading, writing and maths. I don't know if you know that, but they've really moved it up. So before, where children had to get to this level, they now have to get to this level. They've made it much, much more challenging. And obviously all schools find that a big challenge. Hands up here, we have found that a challenge ourselves, haven't we? Because things that they used to learn in year 5, they now have to learn in year 4. Things that they used to learn in secondary school, in some cases they now have to learn by the end of year 6. And that's a really big challenge for us. So our response to that is saying, right, we're going to do something that we don't think any other school has actually done. And we've appointed Mrs. Spence, who you remember from year 6 last year, is no longer a classroom teacher. Mrs. Spence has sole responsibility for writing across the school. So her job is to work with classes. Her job is to work with teachers. Her job is to work with small numbers of pupils. Her job is to work in areas of writing that we think as a school we need to develop. I think it would be fair to say that as a year 6 teacher with writing responsibility before, you can't do the job properly, can you? Because you do a teaching job from 9 till 3, then you might have a staff meeting from 3:30 till 4:30, then you have to do your marking, then you have to do your preparation for lessons, and after all that, you have to think about how can I improve writing across the school. It's not a model that works well. Mrs. Orchard, who you might know from previous times. Sounds like the 18th century. Mrs. Orchard, who you might know from the younger year groups, has responsibility in the same way as Mrs. Spence, but her responsibility is for reading. And Miss Stiles, who's a new teacher who will be magically walking through that door in just a moment, has responsibility for maths. Now we know that no other school in Brighton and Hove has a full-time writing, reading or maths leader. We have all 3 of them. We don't think that there's any other schools or many other schools in the country that have this as well. So we've had to really think about how we budget for this, but we've got it to work, and we're really confident that this is going to have a huge impact on the standards in the school. Because it is much more challenging now, it's much more challenging for children, it's much more challenging for us as a school. So I thought, Mrs. Spence, would you like to start off? Talk about Okay, oh yes you do. Right, yeah.
Good morning, lovely to see you. As Mr. Church said, I'm Mrs. Orchard, Sarah Orchard, and I'm responsible for reading throughout the whole school, all the way from reception to year 6. This is my 7th year. I'm really proud to be working in the school, and I think that the staff and the children have put so much effort in over the last 7 years to really build on reading in the school. When I first came, there was very little reading happening, to be honest. There certainly wasn't a reading culture, and the pupils didn't really get the love or enjoyment of reading. They found it a chore. that's completely changed. I would say that I think now 95% of the children in this school love reading, which I feel really proud of. For what you can do at home with your children, there's a real shift actually in reading between year reception and year 2 into years 3, 4, 5 and 6. From reception up to year 2, the main focus is really getting them to be able to read the words on the page with a little bit of understanding coming into it. When they get to year 3, there's a real shift now on their understanding of what they read, and we call it the comprehension, being able to talk about and answer questions, written questions about what they're reading. Obviously from year 4, they then go through and into year 6 where they sit their SATs. As Mr. Church was saying, the government have really now raised the bar. The reading question paper that year 6 sat this year was exceptionally harder than it has been in previous years. We looked at it and we thought, as a secondary school, what we would expect secondary school children to be doing. However, they're doing it in year 6, and
even question 1 was really difficult.
Yeah.
It was so noticeable, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a real change, and actually the amount of reading that they had to do. In previous years, they've had a piece of fiction, a piece of non-fiction, and then a poem. So actually having a poem in it takes the reading, the amount of reading they have to do right down, whereas this was 3 really, really bulky pieces of wordy pieces of text that they had to read and then answer very tricky questions on. So it's our intention now to start preparing them as soon as possible, not by sitting them down and getting them to do loads of tests, but by really supporting them to be able to have a stronger reading stamina, which means that they'll be able to read more at a fairly quicker pace, and also to prepare them for the types of questions that they're going to be expected to answer. So your children will come home with one of these, a reading folder with a homeschool reading record in it. Most of your children, lots of your children will be reading quite fluently. If they're not, don't worry about it. Children do learn at different speeds. If your children aren't reading aloud to you, if you can just talk to them about their reading, just take a note of what book they're bringing home from school, ask them to talk to you about it. What's it about? What do you like about it? If you don't like it, why not? If you can listen to your children read, even just a couple of pages, 2 or 3 times a week, get them to read it out loud to you, just take a note of what they're reading about and just ask them a couple of questions. Why do you think he did this? Why is he doing that? Or do you remember what colour Willy Wonka's jacket was? Okay? Some of the answers that they'll know are directly in the text, and some of them they have to think about. They have to bring their own knowledge and understanding into it. So just to talk to them about their reading, that is really, really important. The more they read, the easier they will find going through school, and the easier they will find the challenges that the government are now putting on them. So reading at home is really important. And I've said to each of you, research shows that children that are read with at home make better progress throughout their time in school in reading than children that aren't. So please don't think that just by you reading a couple of pages with them at home is not going to do any good. It's going to make a huge, huge difference. Okay, and if they see you reading as well, it doesn't matter, newspapers, magazines, anything, don't feel that you've got to go home and get out a huge Charles Dickens novel just to show that you're reading. Anything. I read magazines and stuff at home, and my year 6 son sees me reading those. And I really enjoy reading. Just let them see what you're reading. Even if it's a shopping list or this, that, and everything, just really, really stress how important it is for them to be able to read, and also to enjoy it. Don't force your children to read at home every night. If they're coming home tired, you want it to be enjoyable for them. So just if it's just 2 or 3 times a week, if you can get the bulk of it done at weekends, do that. They have enough. They're going to have other homework as well. They're going to have some spelling homework coming home. They're going to have some maths homework coming home. We don't want to put them off learning, but we do want stuff to be happening at home. If you've got any questions, or you want any support, or you're worried about your child and their reading, come and find me. Go through your wonderful class teachers, or come direct to me. I'm going to be based down in reception as of autumn 2, but the office staff know where they can find me. So please feel that I'm approachable as the other members of staff are. If you're not seeing these coming home, ask your children where they are. Alright, because every child in the school has one of these, and they need to be bringing them home, and they need to be reading at home. chance to just put a signature in it, or read with mum, read with dad, read with grandma, read with, you know, Auntie Jo, whoever it is. Just fill that in so we know that they're actually reading at home. Okay? But if any more questions, but yes, feel free. You know, if there is something that you're worried about, the class teachers do look at these because they're changing the books. If it is something you're worried about and you're working, you don't get the chance to go in, just write it in there with a question mark, and the class teachers can either refer it to me like something that they might be able to answer really quickly by writing back. It's a working document. It's for you guys to write on, and it's also for the class teachers to write on if they feel that they're not going to see, or it's nothing urgent that they don't need to speak to you about. The teaching assistants are also reading with the children again. If they've got a concern or a question for you, they can also write on here, and feel free to answer it. Okay, it's to give you contact, you know, so that you don't have to come in all the time. It's to give you contact with the school.
The best thing you can do to help your child get better at writing, as Miss Butcher said, is actually to help them read at home. The more exposure they get to different texts, and the more exposure they get to different type of sentences, structures, and different vocabulary, all that's going to do is help them with their writing as well. So, first thing, absolutely make sure you're reading with your children at home. This is actually mentioned spelling homework. Every child in that meeting has to go off and get spelling homework. Coming home with is a few different activities for them to do. Your class teachers will give you some spelling lists as well, and they'll change every week. These activities will change every half term or every term. They're supposed to be fun for them to do, enjoyable way of getting them to practice the spelling words. The spelling requirement for children year 4 is much, much higher than it used to be, and it's something that we're really focusing on as a school to try and up our levels of spelling, particularly because by the time they get to year 6, the expectation now is so high that if we don't really hit it hard from year 3, 4 and 5, we're not going to be anywhere near. So it's something that's really important that they're practicing as often as possible. Even if you're walking down the road with them and get them to spell their words like you know, make a game of it, you do a letter, they do a letter. Playing word games with your children, getting them to describe things, getting them to tell you about the grammar that they're learning is also really important. It's really, really tricky for children at the moment because, again, the expectations for grammar are so much higher. They now don't just have to be able to use certain things in their writing, they have to know what they're called, and they have to recognise them when somebody else writes them. It's one of the most difficult things for our children to do because there's so much complex terminology. So please talk to your children about what they're learning in school. Get them to explain to you what these different terms mean, what it is that we've been learning about, get them to explain it to you. It's a really good way of knowing how well your child understands something is a good way of explaining it to you.
And it's tough because there's some grammatical terms that you're not familiar with. We've been in the same boat in some cases.
Yeah, you suddenly it's just so much. As we said, by the time they get to year 6, they need to know grammar that they didn't used to be able to have to recognise it usually when we're well into secondary school. But there are some parts of the curriculum now that people kind of haven't looked at or talked for a very, very long time because they're not things that we use often, but it doesn't necessarily that it's really important that children now know these again. So it's tricky, and it's just about us all working together to really help the children to understand what these different things are. We can use them in class a lot so that they understand what this is through using it, and it's the best way to get them to do that. But again, as many conversations as you can have with the children about these different terms dealing with such things. As Mrs. Utcher said, we're around if you have any questions specifically about your child and their writing, please come and find me, either through the class teachers or just come and find yourself on around. I'll be working with some of your children in groups in the afternoons, but I'll also be looking at in any classes. And I'm very excited today because I've been invited to hear their story that they've written. Yes.
And last but not least, Miss Styles.
I'm really sorry, I got so carried away in year 6 doing problem solving. Hello, I'm Styles, so maths lead. So maths, as they come up to school, there's a few really important things. The new maths curriculum is made up of 3 main strands, which is fluency, reasoning, and problem solving. So we're working really hard on all those areas in school, but especially the problem solving and the use of calculations and things. The thing you guys could do at home to really help your children would be the fluency side. So we started a new quiz in school, which is linked to fluency ideas like times tables, number bonds, being able to recall maths facts quickly and then use them confidently. Along with that is coming home with a piece of homework every 2 weeks based on that focus. So at the moment it's 2 times table, doubling and halving. And all we ask is that you play games with them, that you maybe make a game with them, practice doubling and halving, practice times tables with them, and make it fun. The most important thing from my point of view is that the children enjoy maths, that it's fun and they feel confident about it. We don't want children groaning when they hear it's a maths lesson. We don't want them feeling like they're no good at maths. So I'm going to be working throughout the school this year, but I will be working with year 4. I haven't really spoken to you there, but we will organise some time working year 4 to support the team in year 4 and taking groups out to support them and make them feel a bit more confident about maths. I feel like I need something else. I've forgotten it.
And I'm worried about
Did you want to do your...
No, you did one. Or should I do, this is my big bugbear. Please do not tell your children that you are rubbish at maths. Okay? It's kind of okay in society for people to say that. We hear it all the time in the playground, don't we? Oh, I was rubbish at maths when I was at school. I hated maths. I couldn't do maths. I really struggled with maths. Even if you think that, please do not tell that to your children, because I can promise you they copy it, don't they? And for some reason, it's okay to say that about maths in society, but people would never say it about reading in particular, would they? We never hear parents say, oh, I couldn't read when I was at school, or I couldn't write. But for some reason, we always hear, and this is not just our school, it's any school, it's kind of okay to say that you can't do maths, and it's actually not. Even if you think it, please keep it up there and just talk about, okay, I found maths difficult, but let's work on it together, and we can get it right together. And that's just a really big thing, that maths has this big problem, doesn't it, this perception. But thank you very much for coming today. I hope you found that useful. It's something we want to do at the start of every year, and I know it's something that we hope that we get the word out amongst parents, we get more and more parents coming every time, because it's just so important for us as a school to be working in partnership with you. So please feel free to stay around. If you've got any questions for anybody here, please feel free to ask. If not, lovely to see you, and we'll see you again soon.